Let's try this. Check, check, check. Good morning. Good morning. I could not get out of bed this morning. Saved my life. I'm just starting my coffee. Good morning. Welcome to Wednesday, July the 14th, 2021. I am Pearl Manhattan, and this is live music production. Today we're talking about songwriting. I'm going to show you my process for the different types of songs that I write when I write lyrics. Probably won't do a lot of music this morning. We're going to focus more on lyric writing. A few things first. Thanks to Dean at The Live Place. The Live Place is your online TV guide and reference for all things family friendly and live streaming on the internet. There's over 150 channels now, I think he said. Topics everything from the theme parks, Disney, Universal, Knott's Berry Farm, Six Flags, all the theme parks. You have RVers and travelers. You have full-timers who live in their vehicles, their trailers, and their nomads, their modern day nomads. You've got cooking. You've got me with music. You have arts and crafts. You have community. You have just plain fun. So check out theliveplace.com for all your live streaming needs on YouTube. Family friendly, which means you won't get embarrassed. You can watch it with your kids in the room, with grandma in the room, and everything will be okay. So check out theliveplace.com. Also, I'd like to say special thanks to my partner, Cricket Fox, my partner channel. Keep Cricket in your prayers. She's all right. She's fine, but she got some stuff going on. So if you could say a prayer for Cricket Fox for some strength and some healing. Like I said, she's fine, but she's got some stuff going on. So give her a spiritual shout out and send some energy her way. Cricket and I have a show coming up on Tuesday, July 27th at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. West Coast. This month's show is the Field of Dreams, because there's a baseball game this month at the Field of Dreams. And hi, Dean. All right. Yes, I understand ninja and organizing. Organizing is a thing that, I'll get into that in a second. Good to see you, Dean. But we got a show coming up called The Field of Dreams. It's about the Field of Dreams, the movie, the place, the baseball game that went on, and we'll be talking about baseball because Cricket is a statistician when it comes to sports. She runs the sports desk for Pete McDevitt. And so she's going to educate us all on baseball and what we need to know to better enjoy watching the game. Yeah, organizing. This week, I, under the suggestion of one of the folks I watch for inspiration and music education and such, suggested I look at TikTok. I've been resisting TikTok because I thought it was all just, 14-year-olds dancing and stuff like that. Wow, were my eyes opened. There is all sorts of folks, and they've got their algorithm honed pretty good at this point. I opened up and I started scrolling on my For You page and found out I am not as alone as I thought I was, found out I'm not as isolated as I thought I was, and found out that I'm not as broken and messed up as I thought I was. Found so many people who are not experts in mental health. They're just people like me who have been through it, a little farther along on the path, not quite as far on the path as I am, but I found so many, I want to say, kindred spirits, and one of them is a UFC fighter. I never thought I would be interested in that kind of thing because it's not wrestling and boxing and fighting. That's not my thing because of my trauma, my past trauma. But this UFC fighter, and he comes on and he does this like 1 minute relaxation thing. And it's just, oh my gosh, it'll change your life. And then I saw a guy, very large guy that you wouldn't think would be a dancer. And he's in a dance studio. And he's doing these, I can't even move like he's moving. Doing ballet, jumps and kicks and pirouettes and the whole 9 yards. Just, there's so much inspiration. And it's not it's not the toxic place I thought it was. Now I'm sure there's toxicity there, but I'm lucky that I haven't found anything bad there. So if you haven't checked out TikTok, check it out. You might find the kindred souls, but there are a lot of people on there who have like ADHD or autism, adults, or CPTSD, things like that. And a lot of them do videos about how they organize and how they approach cleaning and things like that. If you're a procrastinator and a perfectionist, this is for you. They have all kinds of tips. I'm finding things that are very meaningful. But like I said, unfortunately, I had a lot of trouble getting out of bed this morning. So we are going to, let's see, I'll turn this up a little bit because I'm probably a little soft and I am going to be talking a lot today. Like I said, we're not going to do too much music today. All right, we're talking about the 50-90 challenge, 50 songs in 90 days. It's not as difficult as it sounds. If you are a lyricist, if you're a songwriter, if you're an instrumentalist, if, no matter what, all songs are valid and you get to decide what a song is. It's a personal challenge. You're not up against anybody else. It's not a competition with anybody but yourself. And you don't have to do 90 songs. If you can get 10 songs, you win, if that's your goal. Anyway, last week I wrote a song on stream for the first challenge. It was write a song inspired by a geometric shape as a lyrical theme or musical structure. I started that when I wrote the music, and as the music developed, I developed the words to go with it. This week it's rhythmic motif, a distinctive rhythmic phrase and repeat it. Examples in the drums, we will rock you. I may or may not do that. I'm not sure. But let's look at my songs for the week for my accountability. Yes, I've only written 4 songs. This was the first one. The second one, I don't know if it's going to play where you could hear it. I'm not putting it out there too much, but let's see if we can do this. Let's see if we can do this. Let's see what happens here. Let's turn this up. Yeah, there we go. Bitter and black and transitory, deeply ingrained in half a story, raging tears like honey flow. The funny part, you don't even know. Pillows screaming 2 a.m. nightmare. Give up sleeping, I can't go there. Respite, reprieve, oh, let me be. Start living in my mind rent free. Burning down, burn it all down to the ground, to the ground, seeds you sow. Whisper softly, let me go. Hands like ice, minds are aching, no longer there for your taking. Smash and break, burn the pieces. I can't remember what pieces. I'll burn it down, burn it all down to the ground, to the ground. Burn it down, burn it all down to the ground, to the ground. Burn it down, burn it all down to the ground, to the ground. Yeah, so the majority of my songs aren't happy songs. I am not a happy songwriter. I am a storyteller and I'm an emotional songwriter. I use my songwriting to process what's stuck in my head. With that, I probably never will be a pop star, nor will my songs ever be sung by a pop star because, and I'll get into that in a second, there are different ways to write lyrics for the different style of music, for the audience you want to reach. The next one is Obsessed with Mr. Spock. This one's a lyrics only. I might set it to music, but I'll read it for you. The theme, this was a skirmish, and the theme or the prompt was Trek, T-R-E-K. Most people took it on a hiking or walking it or trip kind of thing. But if you know me, if I see the word T-R-E-K, I'm immediately going to think about Star Trek because I'm a child of the 60s. So I wrote a song about being obsessed with Mr. Spock because I am. I love Mr. Spock. I love Leonard Nimoy. Always have. So that was the second one. So many good lines in this one. His stoic nature, his lakey walk. I could listen for hours to his logical talk. That time where he laughed, that time where he cried, and who can forget the time that he died? Scientist, musician, pilot, and friend, and who won't remember the way that he'd end every final conversation in lieu of goodbye? Live long and prosper, and away he would fly. And yes, I can do the thing. I can do the thing. I've always been obsessed with Mr. Spock, watching Star Trek reruns all around the clock. That raised eyebrow and jet black bangs tore at my heart with deep love pangs. I've always been obsessed with Mr. Spock. His phaser skills, his knock-em-out grip, and how the doctor gave him lip. He has been and forever will be. So step aside, Chapel. He belongs to me. And even in radioactivity... Excuse me. Even in radioactivity, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of me. So that was my Mr. Spock song because you say Trek, I say Star. And then the last one, kind of a personal one. I'm not really going to share it online until I get it with some music, but it's a very, very emotional one. Talks about my trauma. But anyway, so there we are. That's 5090. There are a few different ways I approach writing a lyric. And these are, some of them other songwriters use. I'm not going to say that I borrowed from anybody because these are things I came up with and then figured out that other people do it too. So one of the ways that I'll write a song is kind of like you write a paragraph or a paper. I'll open it up with the first verse will be kind of like a thesis statement where I give a summary. My keyboard, I hate this keyboard. I'm going to have to get a new keyboard. A summary of what the song's about without going into great detail. And that's my first verse. And then I might have a pre-chorus and then a chorus or refrain or whatever you want to call it. That's the repeated part that states, like in Burn It Down, it was burn it down to the ground, to the ground. The chorus doesn't have to be deep and intense. The chorus is kind of the breath between the intensity in this kind of song. Or a breath, a relaxation, or a mantra. Something repeated, something simple, or restating the general theme of the song in one or two sentences. The second verse is the meat of the story, or the crux, if you want to call it that, or the details. I'll go into more details and tell the story in the second verse. And then I'll have another pre-chorus, chorus. Or I will go into the bridge. And the bridge is kind of a wrap-up or restatement. For me, I like to use it as personal notes, kind of. Let's go back to Burn It Down. I let you in, it's on my sin, and now I burn. Very simple, and it just kind of transitions you. You do it between two choruses. Kind of just, it's a different kind of breath. It's a more introspective or a few more details of the story. And then I'll have the final verse, and that's a wrap up. That's, in the thesis, you broach the topic. In the meat of the story, you give the who, what, when, where, how, why. And then the verse and final wrap up is putting it all together and moving on, telling the end of the story, the future plans. You always want to know, and maybe it's the happily ever after part. And then a chorus, pre-chorus. That's one way I write songs. Another way I might write songs is I will find a word that I like, and this is going back to that repetitive thing. What's my word today? I can't even think. I'm so asleep. Not awake. Let's take that for our phrase. Not awake. Can't open my eyes. Not awake. It's no surprise. Can't spell. Not awake. Stayed up too late. Not awake. Not awake. A repeated phrase or word or theme or idea. And I might change it and say, still asleep. And go on like that. That's the second way I might do it. The third way is a story song. If you think about Ray Stevens, it's a telling a story. I've done a couple of these. One of them I did with a friend of mine, and it was about news stories. That's where I get a lot of my story songs, is from the news. And it was about a chicken who was on a chicken truck that jackknifed on the freeway not far from here in a rare snow event in Pacific Northwest, where I live, which we don't get a lot of snow. I'm down in the valley. But anyway, the chicken escaped from the truck, and he was a chicken on the way to freedom. And I imagined how the chicken might have felt when the truck jackknifed and flipped over and all the cages fell out. And the chicken saw his chance to get out of the life of being a food chicken and was running for the woods. And in that, he told you what he was doing all through the story. Another one is Big Llama on the Loose. That was ripped from the headlines too. We have several alpaca farms in the area. And I know an alpaca is not a llama, but llama was easier to work with than alpaca. Alpaca is kind of a stumbly word. And that's songwriter license, poetic license. And so I tell the story, the point of view from a person in one of the houses in the neighborhood where the llama was wandering, and how he wakes up, he gets his coffee, he goes out on his front porch, sees a llama nibbling at his roses, and the story of what he does in response. He manages to get scared, he gets up, he tries to run, he falls down on the floor on the porch, and everybody in the neighborhood was out to watch the llama, but the llama's moved on, and this person is a mess in a heap on his front porch, and everybody's looking at him instead, and he's terribly embarrassed because he made a big scene about this llama, and the llama's already gone. So, ripped from the headlines. And that's, so I tell story songs. And I'd say Burn It Down is more of one of these repetitive songs that I'm just, excuse me a second. I'm sorry, I'm doing my live. I said 10:30, okay? All right, dear. Anyway, that's my son. He's so tired of being in the house. Right, a line about caffeine. Well, I did write a song with my chat one day called the Coffee Song. I have to look that up. And coffee's good and coffee's fine. And somebody says, keep the sugar out of mine. Another person likes sugar and cream. And I used all the people in the chat, and it was so much fun. But yeah, I've got my coffee right here, and I'm drinking it. And then we got stuff we got to do because my Disney trip, I'm buying my tickets for Disney today. I'm so excited about that. We're buying the tickets. Already got the plane tickets, already got the condo. We're buying the park tickets today. And then all we got to do is wait till August the 11th. That's when we fly out. So excited about that. So those are kind of the different kinds of songs that I write. And so, Jesse, hi, how are you? I hope you're well. I know you got a lot of stress going on. It's so nice to see you here. You're in my prayers, you're in Cricket's prayers. Cricket sends her best to you. She's thinking about you. Pardon me. By the way, in Burn It Down, I'll go ahead and show y'all because I think y'all are new to my songwriting. This is Leviathan. Leviathan is my auto harp. He's an Oscar Schmidt. I've had a few modifications to Leviathan. I call him Leviathan because he's big and heavy. He's a big chunk of wood. In fact, Leviathan is the reason that my two front teeth are now crowns. I was sitting and I was holding Leviathan like this, and for some reason I let go with both hands, and Leviathan fell and knocked out my two front teeth. But I still love Leviathan. A lot of people, one, they don't know what an auto harp is, or two, They've seen it, but it was played by like their second grade music teacher. And but the auto harp is a really cool instrument. It's like playing 4 12-string guitars at the same time with the push of a button. Tuning it is a nightmare, but I love it. It's my baby. Oh, I can take these off now. Oh, thank God I can take those off now. I only have to wear them when I'm playing something through the thing. And anyway, so I'll write my words out. I'll write my lyrics out. Most of the time, I don't touch the auto harp until I'm ready to put chords with the music. And, you know, there's only so many chord progressions. Only, you know, and if you notice, if you watch the internet at all, you've seen, what is it, Axis for, I can't remember the name of the band, but it's their 4-chord thing. And they based it on Pachelbel's canon. And all the songs that have been written with that chord progression. La 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 la. The Hook Brings You Back by Blues Traveler. So many songs that were written with those chords. So when I get to the auto harp, I usually have a set of chords. I go more for the bluesy stuff. But I base it on my melodies, and I believe melodies are naturally inherent in our speaking patterns. Our language, and this is a whole nother show, but our language, no matter what language we speak, our language is rooted in the folk songs from our heritage. So we speak the way we sing our traditional songs from our own cultures. And that's why anybody can write songs, anybody can write music. And if you notice, you're singing when you talk anyway. There's a natural rise and fall to your voice. So I'll write my lyrics, and then I will hear how I say them out loud and how my voice raises and falls and how the rhythm of certain words. And then I'll just start singing a melody, and I'll find chords that fit in with that melody. And generally, you know, I will use a set chord pattern like the 12-bar blues. Just finished getting my chase vehicle. Ooh, nice, Jesse. I always wanted to be a storm chaser, because like I grew up on the Gulf Coast of Mississippi, and there were always storms rolling up off the Gulf, and always tornadoes. Spent a lot of time in the hallway in our house. We'd open all the doors and turn on. We had an attic fan that was huge that sucked all the air from outside up through, and we'd put a mattress down in the hallway and we'd sleep out there or whatever. We had lots of tornado warnings. Had one jump over my house once, and it went up the road and destroyed the football stadium. We were lucky it jumped over us, but I love severe weather. I miss it out here. Like I've said several times, we don't even have thunder or lightning out here. We're in a rain shadow. So all the storms back up on one mountain range off the west. They back up on our western mountain range, and then they go around. We have a convergence zone at the north end of that mountain range, and then we have another mountain range on the other side. We're in a valley caused by glaciation. Several millions of years ago, I guess. But anyway, so we don't even get lightning or thunder out here. Rarely. And it's just this little spot of South Sound, Western Washington. And we even haven't really even had rain. It's a beautiful morning this morning. It's only 56 degrees Fahrenheit outside, and it's cloudy. So it was very cool. That's another reason why I couldn't wake up this morning. So, let's... Yeah, I would have to move to see any action. Well, yeah, and honestly, I am looking forward to you being on our show so we can talk hurricanes and severe weather in Florida. Jesse will be on the Manhattan Fox Hour in August, the fourth Tuesday in August. So be sure and join us for that. But yeah, Jesse, I don't know if you heard, I'm buying my park tickets today. Got my plane tickets. We got the lodging lined up, the condos lined up. Buying my park tickets today. So we are go, go, go for Disney World. That's why my son is so excited, because he knows, and he's just beside himself. Can't wait. I can't either. Space Mountain Dave Cantrell, good morning. How are you, sir? We are talking about writing lyrics this morning, but I'm really kind of all over the place because I'm not awake. Like I said, I've become addicted to TikTok. Watching TikTok. I might get adventurous and start doing some TikTok, but I want to find my niche first, because there's so many people on there who have so much talent, and I'm just kind of like overwhelmed with it right now. But I want to say you can find any kind of person you want on TikTok. There's so much. If nothing else, it's taught me that I'm not unique, which I like that. I don't like feeling unique or different. And there's so many people out there just like me. And that can be a wonderfully comforting thing, to find people just like you. But like I said, I will get into some content for it. Excuse me, I had to turn on this fan. Because although it is 56 degrees outside, in my room, my studio is in my bedroom. If you can't tell, I got a mess behind me over there. I've got a TV, and a very large TV in here. I've got all my lights. I've got everything else. It gets warm in here. It can get up to 80 degrees when it's 40 outside. And that's no heater, I live in the bottom story of a 3-story apartment, kind of underground. So, yeah, it gets warm. But anyway, we're talking about writing lyrics this morning and writing songs for the 5090. And if you are a writer, whether you write poetry, you write lyrics, you write whatever, there's a place for you in the 5090. Like I said, it's not a competition between you and other people. It's a self-challenge, where you challenge yourself. You don't have to write 50 songs in 90 days. If you choose to, it's a great motivator. And they don't have to be complete songs either, just drafts. And what usually happens is I will write as many draft songs as I can, and I'll post them on the website. And then after the challenge is over, I'll go back and find 10 or 12 of them, put them together, and make an album. And I'll produce the songs and put them out. That's where all my albums that I have out online, on the streaming platforms and everything else, that's where all that music comes from, is I use 5090 kind of as a workshop or scratchboard place. So, let's see. What do we want to write about today? What do we want to write about today? Let me get a new document. I do all my writing in Google Docs. It's easiest for me. I also use a website called, I love this website. If you do any kind of writing at all, this is a great place. Let's write about the weather. So you type in the word you're looking for. It gives you rhymes and the different syllable lengths. It gives you examples. Bob Dylan. That's what I was going to talk about with repetitive phrases. In Excess put out a video, and at the end, the lead singer is standing there with cards, and they've got words written on them, and he's throwing the cards. It's called Mediate. In that song, mediate, ate, A-T-E, was the repetitive phrase. Mediate, love not hate, love your mate, procrastinate. And so that's the repeated phrase. But actually, a lot of people don't know that Bob Dylan did it first. And I can't remember the name of the song. It was something blues. But Bob Dylan did that. Bob Dylan's a wonderful writer. So, Bob Dylan used the word weather. So take heed of the western wind, take heed of the stormy weather. And yes, there's something you can send back to me. Spanish boots of Spanish leather. Weather, leather. Good rhyme. Words and phrases that almost rhyme. Better, beggar, better, brother, center, cheddar. And these words that are not in bold are not actual words, kind of. They're lesser used words. Zephyr, weather and zephyr. You wouldn't think that would rhyme, but if you word it right, it does. Arterial pressure rhymes with weather, almost. You can search for words ending in her. If we were going to do, there's a gopher talking about the weather, living in the ether, missing his mother. He found a feather. He used it to cipher on some worn out leather. He got him a voucher. He bought him a stretcher. He gave it to his brother, who gave it to his father. He poured out the pitcher and put it in the washer, and then we all gather. And so that's the repeated phrase. So, and that's one way that I write a song too. I go to, this is a neat part. I've shown this before in tools. I love these tools. And we're probably not going to get to a song today just because I got too much going on. I have to focus to write. But then again, I might hit out a lyric in the last 3 minutes. So I like to use lyric cloud. So let's put in weather. See what comes up there. Ooh, I like this one. So I've got this list of words. Basically, it goes through the internet and picks out the word weather and then the way people describe the weather or words that go along with the weather. So I'm copying it. I'm going over here to this untitled paragraph. I'm going to paste it. And like I said, I don't write pop songs. If you look at pop songs, they all have a certain format. There are several experts who have written many, many books on how to write pop songs. Pat Patterson is one of them, because he's written hundreds of thousands of songs that other pop artists and folk artists have sang and produced and put on records and stuff like that. For me, I just write what I write because I write. So I'm just going to write here for a minute. Hot, airless day, beautiful sky. I can feel it in my bones, and it makes me cry. It's hard to care when everyone is what? What is everyone doing? It's a hot airless day when everyone is what are we doing on a hot airless day? Throw some words out there if you feel like it. When everyone is feeling the heat and the pressure. It leaves me reeling. There we go, I've moved on. Fires in the forests. Fires in the ocean. Yeah, y'all heard about that? The oceans were burning. Wet water was burning. Everyone's complaining. Oh, I like that one. Let's go back here. It's hard to care when everyone's complaining. Everyone's complaining. The heat and the pressure. Will it ever start raining? Fires in the forest, fires in the ocean. We've got forest fires out here on the West Coast. So fires in the forest, fires in the ocean. Let's find a word that rhymes with ocean. Because I don't like to use the same word to rhyme itself. Lotion, motion, plosion, potion, commotion, demotion, devotion, emotion, laotion, remotion, slow motion. Slow motion might work. Let's go back over here to my song. Fires in the forest, fires in the ocean. Heat so oppressive, we move in slow motion. And what I'm doing, I like to take this list of words right here, and I like to do them in order, and use all the words. So, hold ice to my head, hot airless day, hold ice to my head. I like to keep the line length the same amount of syllables, not necessarily the same amount of words, but the same ba-da-da-da. Hot airless day, hold ice to my head, holds a pickup there, but hold ice to my head. Motion in the ocean, and don't forget your lotion. That's a different kind of song, Jesse, but yeah. Hold ice to my head, a fan at my feet, melting inside. In this lasting heat. Oh, Space Mountain Dave, thank you so much. That puts me to 379. 21 subscribers to go, and I'll hit 400. Woo! In this lasting heat. Where are we going next? Mild weather's coming. Mild in my actions, but sharp in my mood. Pain. Mood? I don't like moods. Mild in my actions, my moods. I think I'm going to use fluctuate. Fluctuate. My moods fluctuate. A lot of my actions, my moods fluctuate. Pain in my joints. Some rain would be great. And then we'll say fires in the ocean, heat so oppressive. Yeah. We'll copy that. We'll make that the chorus. And this is just a draft. I may go back and change words, change all sorts of things, but this is how I will write a skirmish song. Now, let's go back up here. Where are we? How to start this next phrase. And sometimes if I don't have a starter, I'll just put some dots on relief. We're relying. Hardened to rock. Turning to rust. Without relief, we're relying. Hardened to rock. Nope. I left out a relief, we're relying. The sun is so hot. Nature is dying. Hardened to rock, turning to rust. Without that relief, it's all turning to dust. Got 3 verses here, so let's do a bridge. Sanctuary shining, suits torn, turning underneath. Where is sanctuary? Where is, and I'm gonna run this in some columns. There we go. Where is relief? The sun won't stop shining. I run to the river. Cricket, my partner, there is the one, the only, the irreplaceable, the irascible, the talented and beautiful Cricket Fox. Everybody say hi to Cricket Fox. We love you, Cricket. It's going to be a great day, honey. But why are you awake? Thought you were going to get some sleep. But anyway, I run to the river and soak. And that I want to leave the bridge short because I'm rising up to the next part. And then fires in the ocean. Copy. Paste. There we go. Now, there you go. Now I've written the song. This is how I approach most of my songwriting, really. It's like somebody's whispering in my ear, and it all flows out. Now, granted, some of it's trite, some of it's cliche, but who cares? I don't worry about what other people think of my writing. I know if it's good. I do know the drill. I'm about to get out of here anyway, so you can go back to sleep. But the main key to songwriting or any artistic thing that you do is stop thinking about other people. This is your truth. Your writing is your truth, nobody else's. There's going to be people who are going to make suggestions of, wow, you really shouldn't have written it in that meter because it's a little awkward, try this or try that. And while you can welcome suggestions, and like I did with Jesse's suggestion, you don't have to take every suggestion. And some people mask their lack of being able to do their own thing and I'm not talking about anybody I know. This is random strangers on the internet, okay? Some people try to make up for their own insecurities about their own creation, that they will try to tell other people how to do theirs. And a lot of random strangers on the internet do it. And for a while, it caused me to shut down because I thought, oh, well, everybody else must be better at this than me. That's not true. You are amazing at whatever your talent you choose. Because I believe we have the choice of our talents. I choose to do this because it's very cathartic to me. So let's read what I've written, and then we'll wrap this up and go on with our day. I got to take a little boy to the thrift store. He wants to go shopping. So, hot airless day, beautiful sky. I can feel it in my bones and it makes me cry. It's hard to care when everyone's complaining, the heat and the pressure. Will it ever start raining? Fires in the forest, fires in the ocean. Heat so oppressive we move in slow motion. Hold ice to my head, a fan at my feet, melting inside in this lasting heat. Mild in my actions, my moods fluctuate. Pain in my joints, some rain would be great. Fires in the ocean, fires in the forest, fires in the ocean. Heat so oppressive, we move in slow motion. You're random and strange, so it fit in so well. Jess, I love you. I loved your live the other day. You need to go live some more. And don't worry. I mean, I've been going live for about 2 years, but I've been in performance situations all of my life. Public relations, standing up in front of the camera for news, standing up in front of a classroom full of my peers, full of children, full of, and I still get nervous. I still sit here going, oh my God, I'm making an idiot of myself. And it's embarrassing. You just have to let it go. And I learned this from watching TikTok. Perfection and procrastination are the mind killers. If you wait until you got it all together, you're going to be in a box underground or scattered over the ocean. Put it that way. If you wait till you got it all together, you waited too long. You just got to dive in with both feet, be you. I love Dean, the turkey legster. I love him because he'll go live. I'm going on a walk today. Here we go. Come walk with me. Not embarrassed. Nothing. Just here I am. Take me or leave me. Because there are millions of channels, millions of places on the internet where you can watch anybody you want. So you don't have to be here. But if you do, thank you so much. I love Dean and his confidence on his live streams. You do a wonderful job, Dean. On relief we're relying, the sun is so hot. Nature is dying, hardened to rock, turning to rust. Without that relief, it's all turning to dust. Where's sanctuary? The sun won't stop shining. I run to the river and soak. Fires in the forest, fires in the ocean. Heat so oppressive, we move in slow motion. All right, Jesse. Casey, my buddy Casey. I just wrote some lyrics. Thanks for encouraging me to get on TikTok, Casey. I'm now addicted to TikTok. I sit there and scroll, and then the TikTok message comes up and says, hey, you've been scrolling too long. Go outside, get some water. And I'm like, no, I want to watch this because these are fascinating people. They're all... I'm learning to say so many positive things about myself. 2 quick notes, and then I'm going to wrap this up and go on. The first one. I've always had trouble with affirmations. I have several apps on my phone. I have them written all over the place. I am beautiful. I am confident. I deserve love, blah, blah, blah. For me, with my trauma and my background, it's just like reciting my times tables. I could just as easily be saying 9 times 9, 8 times 8, 7 times 7. They never resounded. And somebody on TikTok said, try putting the words, what if in front of those affirmations. What if I'm deserving of love? What if I am a beautiful person? What if I am a good mother? What if I am competent? And it just changes the focus just the slightest bit, and it makes you think. And that helped me so much with those affirmations. And the second thing is, stop being scared to live. Yeah, we've had a hell of a couple years, honestly. And for us introverts with trauma who hate people, which we don't really hate people, we're just afraid of them because we don't know who to trust. Setting boundaries so you can only halfway trust a person and still have a positive interaction. So set good boundaries. You don't have to put your dump your whole bag out on the table for everybody who comes along. Like Casey. I have no idea what Casey looks like, but I trusted him. He said, yeah, you're not too old, go on TikTok. I trusted him. It became a very positive experience. So now that positive experience is attached to KC. So I'm like, you know what? That worked out good. Maybe I can trust Casey as an online friend a little bit more. So I'm learning to set these boundaries, but still be available for good things to come in to my life. So the past is behind you. The present is right here. The future is way over there. And with that, I'm going to let y'all go for today. And we'll be back next Wednesday, the same time, same channel. I love this time I spend with you guys very much. If you're watching the replay, please leave me a comment down below. It says Replay Squad, or I'm here, or I'm watching, whatever. I love my replay viewers because I know right now, like Myers and the Mouse is live from the parks. Diz Our Dream is live from the parks. I'm sure Resort TV 1 will pop up with a live stream. There's so many people online that a lot of times we catch the replay. I love replay viewers. Not a problem. My live viewers, my gosh, it means let's go on a ride. I love my replay viewers. But I love my live viewers too. You guys keep me going. But when you first start out live streaming, you might live stream to an empty room for a year. So I'm good at talking to myself. And so I just let down the walls and I talk to myself when there's no one here, because I know somebody will be watching. Tina McNeil's good at that. She's a replay viewer. Anyway, I gotta go. He's getting anxious. We gotta go. Let's see. Maybe not today, Jesse, but I just feel in the vibes in the universe for your area, to your northeast. Watch to your northeast. Big squares. I don't know if that means anything to you, but big squares. That's what I see for you for the weather that's coming. I'm also a psychic and stuff, but that's a different stream. Anyway, peace and blessings upon you, upon all you love, upon all who love you. Find your passion, grab a hold of it. Do not let it go. Do not let anyone talk you out of it. You are worthy of love. You are a beautiful person, and I will see you all next week. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.